Have you ever felt like something was off in a conversation? Maybe it was the way someone looked at you, the way they stood too close, or how their gestures seemed oddly out of sync with their words. These subtle, almost imperceptible cues can carry profound meaning, especially when you're dealing with a narcissist. Today, we're diving deep into the mysterious world of body language to uncover 10 peculiar signs that someone may be using narcissistic abuse tactics against you. Trust me, by the end of this discussion, you'll have a whole new perspective on the silent language people speak, and you might just uncover truths that have been hiding in plain sight. Before we start decoding these silent signals, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and share it with someone who might find it valuable. You never know who might need to hear this. Let's begin by sharpening your ability to read between the lines, because when it comes to narcissists, what they don't say is just as revealing as what they do. The first weird sign lies in the intensity of their eye contact. You've probably heard that eyes are the windows to the soul, but when it comes to a narcissist, they can feel more like lasers aimed at controlling you. Their gaze is never casual. It either bores into you with an unsettling intensity, or flits away in calculated disinterest. This isn't just rudeness, it's strategy. A penetrating stare is their way of dominating the interaction, making you feel smaller or overly scrutinized. On the flip side, that abrupt avoidance can be a manipulative way to keep you off balance, leaving you wondering if you've done something wrong. Next, notice how they stand. A narcissist often invades your personal space, not out of affection, but as a power move. By stepping too close, they assert control, subtly signaling that they own the space between you. This invasion can make you feel trapped or disoriented, which is exactly the reaction they're seeking. But don't be fooled if they take a step back suddenly. This is just as calculated. Creating physical distance, after being uncomfortably close, is a way to keep you chasing their approval, trying to win back that closeness. Their hands are another giveaway. A narcissist's gestures often tell a story their words don't. Pay attention to exaggerated movements, flourishing hands, grandiose pointing, or overly rehearsed motions. These gestures scream, "Look at me." They're designed to draw attention and emphasize their self-importance. But here's the twist. When the focus shifts away from them, those same hands may become restless, fidgety, or tightly clasped. This incongruity reveals their discomfort when they're not the center of attention. Now let's talk about smiles, or the lack thereof. A narcissist's smile often feels off. At first glance, it might seem warm and inviting, but if you look closer, it rarely reaches their eyes. This discrepancy creates a dissonance that leaves you questioning their sincerity. That smile isn't about connection. It's about control. A calculated gesture meant to disarm you before they make their next move. What's particularly unsettling is how a narcissist's smile can appear at inappropriate moments. Imagine discussing something deeply emotional or serious, only to be met with a grin or smirk. It's as if they're mocking your vulnerability, making light of what matters to you. This behavior isn't accidental. It's a subtle way to undermine your confidence and convey that your emotions are trivial, even laughable in their eyes. Conversely, they can weaponize the absence of a smile. In moments where a supportive or reassuring smile would be natural, a narcissist may withhold it entirely. Their blank expression or steely gaze sends a clear message. You are being judged, and you've failed to meet their expectations. This deliberate coldness often leaves you scrambling for their approval, reinforcing their control over your emotional state. Their smile can also shift unpredictably, turning from warm to cold in the blink of an eye. One moment they're charming and attentive, the next their expression freezes into something distant and detached. This unpredictability is a hallmark of narcissistic behavior, keeping you constantly guessing and walking on eggshells. The inconsistency is meant to keep you hooked, always striving to get back to that fleeting moment of connection. Another layer to their smile is its performative nature. In public settings, a narcissist often flashes a dazzling, charismatic grin, designed to draw others in and project an image of confidence and charm. However, behind closed doors, that same smile may vanish entirely, revealing the stark contrast between their public persona and private reality. This duality is key to understanding their manipulative tactics. Their smile is often accompanied by other micro-expressions that reveal their true intentions. A subtle twitch of the lips, a raised eyebrow, or a tightening around the mouth can all signal contempt or superiority. These fleeting cues often go unnoticed in the moment, but contribute to the unease you feel around them. Over time, these small gestures add up, painting a clearer picture of their underlying motivations. The lack of genuine warmth in their smile can also make you doubt yourself. You might find yourself wondering, am I imagining this? Why does their smile feel so wrong? This self-doubt is exactly what they want to instill. By making you question your perceptions, they gain the upper hand, further entrenching their control over your emotional reality. A narcissist's manipulation through smiles doesn't just affect their victims. It also serves as a tool for managing their image with others. In social settings, their smile often functions as a mask, hiding their true nature and ensuring they appear likable and approachable. This curated image makes it harder for others to believe the negative experiences of those they've hurt, isolating their victims even further. Beyond smiles, a narcissist's use of mirroring adds another layer to their manipulative tactics. Mirroring is a natural human behavior, often used to create rapport and connection. However, a narcissist takes it to an eerie extreme. They might mimic your body language, repeat your phrases, or adopt your tone, not to bond with you, but to gain your trust. It feels like they're in sync with you, but it's all part of their act. This imitation can feel flattering at first, as if they truly understand you. But over time, it becomes unsettling. Once they've secured your trust, the mirroring abruptly stops, leaving you to wonder if any of the connection you felt was real. The sudden shift is jarring and disorienting, a calculated move to destabilize your sense of reality and make you dependent on their validation. Even physical touch is not exempt from their manipulative arsenal. A narcissist uses touch strategically, either to assert dominance or to punish through withdrawal. A firm handshake that lasts too long, a controlling grip on your arm, or an overly familiar pat on the back are all calculated gestures meant to convey power. On the other hand, they might withhold touch entirely when you crave reassurance, leaving you feeling rejected and desperate for their approval. Posture, too, plays a role in their nonverbal tactics. A narcissist often adopts an exaggeratedly confident stance, chest puffed out, back straight, arms spread wide. This peacocking behavior is designed to project dominance and intimidate others. But don't be fooled if they suddenly shrink into themselves, adopting a slouched or meek posture. This is often a ploy to elicit concern or pity, another form of emotional manipulation. Even the way they position their feet can be revealing. While their upper body might appear fully engaged in a conversation, their feet might point toward the door or shift restlessly. This subtle cue betrays their true intentions, signaling that they're mentally checked out or eager to leave. It's a small but telling detail that reveals their lack of genuine interest or engagement. Finally, their overall demeanor in group settings is perhaps the most telling of all. Narcissists thrive on being the center of attention, alternating between dominating the room and withdrawing entirely. This push-pull dynamic keeps everyone on edge, ensuring that all eyes remain on them. Their unpredictable behavior creates an atmosphere of tension, keeping others off balance and firmly under their influence. Understanding these subtle signs, especially the nuances of a narcissist's smile, can be incredibly empowering. These gestures might seem insignificant on the surface, but they reveal a deeper, more manipulative intent. By learning to recognize these cues, you can protect yourself from their tactics and reclaim your emotional well-being. Remember, knowledge is your greatest defense against narcissistic abuse. Stay observant, trust your instincts, and never doubt the validity of your perceptions.